Let's do South China Sea. China. Let's go to China. Here we go. China. What are we doing? Seawolf. Yeah. Now that I know how to steer torpedoes and everything, I think we're gonna be okay. As long as we don't hit the bottom again. Oh, that was dumb. All right, Straits of Crisis. Oh, calm down. I tell you, these newspapers, they're always talking about the sky falling. All right, whatever. What's next? Oh no, money go down. Markets red. Tiger economy collapse. Ooh, pretty. China on the offensive. And that's it. Okay, China's on the offensive. Are we at war? I probably should have read the whole thing. A convoy of supply ships is believed to be leaving Guangdao soon. We must intercept and destroy the convoy below before landing the additional ships. Sure. Okay. Locate and sink enemy freighters. Hey, I can sink a freighter. It's like World War II all over again. They don't shoot back. I like those. Yeah. All right. Let's repair and rearm. How many missiles do we have? We have 16 missiles. I think we're going to have enough missiles. Let's go. Where's my submarine at? There it is. Where the hell's Guangdao? Oh, it's up north. Let's go to Okinawa. Am I wrong on that? I think it is. I'm going to hang out right here in the East China Sea. See if we get any kind of satellite pickup on where they might be. I believe they're coming. There they are. That's a submarine, but it's close enough. Yeah. He ran into us. We were dead in the water doing 5 knots. He doesn't hear us. And it's a submarine. All right, so I want to have... Let's put a decoy in one. Let's put a couple harpoons, a couple anti-ship missiles in the other one. Oh, we also have T-LAMs. Nice. There we go. Okay. I'm just setting up the torpedo room, loading torpedo tubes. So we're at depth, 50 feet. We're at periscope depth, heading to the east. It's a calm, rainy day. We have a new sonar contact to the southeast. Let's do that. Let's just stay at 25,000 yards.
137. Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Ultra quiet. The Seawolf at ultra quiet, you ain't gonna hear it. She'll make no noise.
New contact bearing 154. Designated Sierra.
You might get an active return off of it, but you ain't gonna hear it passively. Nope. It's a quiet thing. Oh, that's pretty. This game still looks good after 8 years. This is an 8-year-old game, and it looks great. Oh yeah, look at the impeller we have here. So you got the stator and the rotor, and then the little turny squealy thing. It doesn't really look like that. It's more, you can't see through it. The vanes are too sharp. Pretty cool. Dual towed array operations. Yeah. Lots of torpedo tubes. This thing is designed to go out and kill fleets. Like, this thing is a monster. These panels here on the side, this is called the wide aperture array. The ones we have now are much more advanced and not nearly as big. This is the old school one. Yeah. Okay, so we got a contact down to the south, or east, southeast, I guess. I'm pointing the camera in the direction of the contact. He's down there somewhere. Actually, kind of there. Let's take a look at our environment. There's no layer, and it's deep water, all the way down to 1,900 feet. And our collapse depth, I think, is below 2,000 feet. So for us, deeper is better. So as we do our sonar search, our towed arrays are already deployed. We're going to start bringing on some water, going negatively buoyant here, and just start kind of sinking out slowly. Doing a very slow search here. So yeah, on that last mission, we did get 3 kills, but unfortunately the 4th kill was ourselves. We ran into the bottom. Why make more Virginia than Seawolves? Well, the Virginia class was designed to be a little more economical. When they designed the Seawolf, when it was on paper, it was still the Cold War. It was the Reagan era. It was the 80s. And so cost was not a limiting factor. They wanted the best because we wanted to win the war if there ever was one. That's why they didn't make more Seawolves. So they immediately, before the third one was even laid, they decided not to make a fourth and decided to make a more cost-effective but just as capable submarine, and that was the Virginia class. And Virginia class 1, Block 1 is pretty good, and 2 is okay. But Block 3 is really when Virginia came into its own. Block 3 is a hunter-killer submarine, just like this submarine is here. Block 4 is what we're building now. Block 4 is the Virginia class submarine with an additional VLS module along its spine. It might have 2. Anyway, and then the plan is Block 5 will have 4. So you'll have, I think they kept the one up here, and then you'll have 1, 2 back here. It's a lot more VLS, lots of missiles. And I don't know if they can. I think the Columbia, which is our new ballistic missile submarine, and I'm just guessing here, is going to be tall enough, deep enough, if you will, thick enough for our new hypersonic, our common glide vehicle.
200 feet.
So what we're doing this on our search down to the southeast as we change depth. And if you notice, we're changing depth without changing the angle of the ship. All I did was bring on a little bit of water, and we're negatively buoyant right now, so we're very slowly coming down. Now, you got to be careful of that. Whenever you run that pump in this game, it makes noise. So bringing on water, taking off water, that's a noisy evolution. So you don't always want to do that.
Con sonar.
It's an alpha.
Is classified as submerged submarine.
He's a long ways away. Oh no, he's 4,000 yards away. Oh my gosh. Okay, so. Ah, boy. He's going to be so fast.
Come right to 135. Helm aye.
All right. Let's go down 15. We want to get deep here. What's his depth? Is he doing a circle? Hold on a second. His depth is
Passing 300 feet.
300 feet. He's going deep. There's no way he heard us. That did not happen. We have a huge advantage here, but we're way too close.
Come right to 179. Helm aye.
He's slowed down for a sonar search. He's doing 10 knots. Alpha's still pretty blind at 10 knots. Let's prep tube 1. Alright, he's going shallow again.
Passing 400 feet.
You can see that he's going shallow. We're going to go deep. I'm not sure what his plan is. He might just be doing a periscope depth excursion. Excursion, that's the word we're looking for. So he's probably going to go up, get radio traffic. He has no towed array. The cool thing about the Alpha... Let me... Actually, let's keep going deep. The cool thing about the Alpha is when it goes to sea, it has no enlisted people on board. This is not exactly an unmanned submarine because it has people in it, but it's only the wardroom. It's only the officers. So you have the captain, the XO, the WEPs, the engineer, the communications officer, and then there's another one, navigator. So it's a team, a watch team of like 6 people that operate right below the sail. They're in this little area here called the ops room. Everything else is automated. The torpedo room, completely automatic. You want to load a torpedo from stow 3 into tube 4, it does it. You hit the button in the ops room and it unlocks the torpedo, puts it on the hoist, moves it over, rams it in the tube. It'll flood, equalize, open outer doors, all automatically. Very advanced. This is so far ahead of its time, it's wild. And the Soviets built this thing like in the 60s. They ended up building, I want to say 6 of these. And had they built more, that Cold War submarine-wise would have been very different. But, oh, and then something that's a little bit dangerous here, the nuclear reactor operation when it comes to bringing on, water, coolant, seawater, discharging overboard, all that stuff, that's all automatic too. Again, controlled by the engineer in the control room right here. So there's no reason whenever you're underway, to move outside the control room except to go down one level to where the living spaces are, where the galley is, the berthing rooms are, the COXO staterooms all down there. So they'll stay the entire time underway if they wanted to in this little box, this little 50-foot, this is a very small submarine, this little 50-foot box that's only like 30 feet high by 50 to 60 feet long. And that's just this area. Obviously, the engine room and everything makes it even longer, but they don't have to go, unless there's a problem, anywhere else. Way ahead of its time. Crazy advanced. Now, obviously, operating the nuclear reactor remotely like that in terms of pressurization, like when I say operating remotely, let's say you want to change speed from 5 knots to 40 knots. This thing can haul ass. So what are you doing normally? Well, normally you got a throttleman in the engine room bringing up steam. That's how the Americans do it, and how every other submarine in the world does it too. But in this case, the engineer that's responsible for speed is acting as the throttleman from the helm. So he rings up, ahead flank. The reactor calculates how much steam does it need to turn the screw to get to that speed as fast as possible. Does it all on its own. So, fantastic technology. Well done, Soviet engineers. You guys are brainiacs. Super smart people made this. The downside is everything that's automatic, which is the entire fucking submarine, very noisy. They didn't give a hoot about how noisy it was. Whenever this thing was put to sea, we couldn't believe how noisy it was. We're like, we don't even need to track this thing. Every time it goes to sea, we're going to be able to hear it from our port. You come into work, go down on the sub, turn on the sonar system, there she is, from Norfolk. That's how, it's crazy noisy. But why didn't they care? This thing could do over 40 knots, and for a brief period of time, when she was first commissioned, Hull 1, there was a window where the United States didn't have a weapon that could catch that, a torpedo that could catch that. We would have to drop torpedoes in a ring around it, so no matter where she drove, she was going towards a weapon. Yeah, and that's unrealistic. That ain't gonna happen. So we quickly came up with the Mark 48 and was like, let's get a fast torpedo to catch this guy. And I wonder why they didn't make, they made at least 6. I don't know if they made more than 6 off the top of my head. But had they made a bunch of these, that would have been a very different submarine warfare. We're in his baffles, aren't we? We should shoot. Yeah, let's do that. That's fine. Head 2/3.
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering.
His depth is 100 feet. He's not going to stay there.
Con maneuvering. Making turns.
I'm going to shoot 1 torpedo deep, 1 torpedo shallow. Shoot 2 torpedoes at the alpha. He's still doing 10 knots. We are in his baffles. Once we're steady on course, we're going to shoot. Are we steady on course?
Con, helm, steady course.
All right, fine point procedure. Sierra 1, the alpha, bearing 096. Run to enable is going to be 5,600 yards. Fence is set, safety set. I'm going to shoot tubes 1 and 2. Tube 1 is shallow, tube 2 is deep. Shoot tube 1.
Aye, sir. Passing.
Shoot tube 2.
Shoot tube 2. Aye, sir.
Looks like we lost the wire on tube 1, maybe? No, we still have the wire. Excellent. The reason why I'm shooting shallow and deep is no matter what depth he evades at, he'll have a torpedo in his general direction. These torpedoes are in his baffles. And they're driving deeper. As long as he stays on this course, they will stay in his baffles. If he changes speeds, we'll enable him. I'm watching his speed right now on sonar. The speed is 10 knots. If it changes faster, we enable the weapons. Looks like he did come to periscope depth, by the way. I was right about that. He's up there getting the broadcast. So that's an additional problem for him. If it's a rough sea state, that can really mask a lot of sonar broadband noise. So there's a good chance he didn't hear our launch. He didn't react to our launch, so I think we're fine. James, thank you for the bits. Appreciate that. I'm just catching up on chats here. You missed the cold water streams? Yeah, well, you know, we're doing this one today. Oh yeah, I'm sinking out slowly. I'm doing that intentionally because I do want to go to a torpedo evasion when he counterfires. So I'm just trying to get as deep as possible. Oof. Ah. I'm pushing the enable range out even farther because he hasn't reacted yet.
Con sonar Sierra 2.
There we go. Enable the weapon.
As merchant.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Okay. That's a pretty good counterfire.
Passing 800 feet.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1. Last bearing 090. Contact breaking up.
All right, I think we're good. All right, it's not gonna let me go with those weapons nearby. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna quietly walk away from the weapons here.
Make turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Automatic detection automation didn't save this alpha. No, it didn't. Oh yeah, I must mention the sonar system on the alpha because it was such a small submarine was a very bad sonar.
Knots.
It might have been the same one they had on the
Passing
November.
900 feet.
It was very bad. So it was also deaf. So it was basically just really fast. And the whole reason why they made it in the first place, make a fast submarine, is so it could race out from port down into the North Atlantic and intercept those resupply convoys coming from Norfolk to Germany or Norfolk to France. You know, because we had this whole, you know, idea of, it was called Reforger is the name of the strategy.
1,000 feet.
And that was reinforce Germany. We had 7 days. That was the goal. We want to reinforce Germany within 7 days. And so, you know, if you had a November, even a Victor, it would take close to 7 days.
Torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Just to get south of the GI-UK gap, right? Maybe 4 days, but still, you didn't have a lot of time to intercept that American convoy. If you had the Alpha, you could get down there in like 3 days. Just hauling ass. It's kind of probably why they didn't care too much about it being noisy. Because again, it was so fast. It was like, who cares if they hear us? We're just going to go up there, you know, shoot torpedoes everywhere and come right back to port and reload again, you know. We have a very good subbrief on it. The audio is kind of old, so it's not as good as today's audio is, modern subbriefs. So you have to forgive me on that. I thought about going back and re-recording some of those older subbriefs. Some of the popular ones like Akula, Victor 3, and the Alpha. Those are very popular ones. And I have much better equipment now, so I can make it sound better.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
All right, and we're masking ourselves underneath this merchant here. The torpedoes already missed us. We're waiting on them to drive by. Do we have any missiles? Oh, the Alpha. Oh, you know what? It could launch. Oh boy, it had 53 centimeter torpedo tubes. So they did have the rocket torpedo, but I don't think the Alpha launched that one. Trying to think. I don't know. That's a great question. Off the top of my head, I don't know if Alpha could shoot missiles. Oh, you have to ask Google that one. We're waiting on range to open. Once range gets outside, I think it's 20,000 yards, we'll be able to end the mission. Where's our boy at? Where's our decoy at? There he is. You go right under him. I'll have to write him a little thank you letter when we get back to port. We're like, hey, thanks for helping us out there, buddy. Asking our withdrawal from the area. So something the game doesn't simulate, but what would be happening right now, assuming that he was at periscope depth when he detected the torpedoes, he would have burst transmitted, under attack in his position, encrypted
lost contact.
to
Two,
command,
last bearing,
and they would be getting Bear
252,
Foxtrots
contact
out on
faded.
top of us. Bear Foxtrot. The Tu-95 Bear. The submarine hunter. Now, where are we in the world? We're off the coast of
Sonar
Norway.
Regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 300.
Still weapons nearby. Interesting. There they go. They ran out of fuel. Now we can end the mission. We sank the Alpha and we spent 2 ad caps doing it. I'm okay with spending 2 ad caps on an Alpha.